Beautiful day here in Michigan. It's gonna get up to the 50s, so I'll get some stuff done today. But just watching some videos on the State of the Union. It's for show and stuff, and I get a kick out of it, and I know things are exaggerated, and then I like the rebuttal or the response. Of course, it wasn't much of one this time. Whoever that lady is, uh, didn't really respond to the actual speech. It was just vague talking points. I like to hear the contradictions or the fact checks, kind of, and there really wasn't any. So, but State of the Union, I thought was good. I thought Trump dialed it back. I mean, the second half he started attacking a little more personally, which I'm not real big on. Don't bring up Biden, don't bring up Democrats specifically as the enemy, but I get it. I mean, that's him. We expect it, and obviously, he doesn't like when everybody's just sitting and stuff. But uh, you can you can pull out fact checks. I kind of read the fact check thing. I want to know. I want to know what. Most of that stuff sounded okay. I mean, obviously, there's some things that were wrong. He stopped 10 wars. Well, he didn't stop 10 wars, but he was part of that. He was part of that, so he could have said it that way. I contributed or I did something, but easy for him to say, I stopped him. And then the no tax on Social Security, well, that was the only real lie that I saw in it, right? Or heard in it. There's a $6,000 tax break for Social Security for the next few years, which is big. He could have just said that. So my parents, I said, "Wow, you're getting a $6,000 tax break on your Social Security." I mean, there's hasn't been anything done like that before. So he did lie, but okay. He made a point something was done, but he was wrong on that. So no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. We saw it. We didn't get a lot of overtime, the wife and I, but it's there. And my daughters, no tax on the tips. Okay. I don't agree with that, but that is great. But I don't agree with it just because it's income. Um, as far as the tips, because that's, they get paid less and then they get paid more with the tips, and everybody pays their dues. So, but it's a great thing, and they just don't give credit for it, because it's common folk doing that. So, but yeah, just sum things up. I mean, really, he's going to stop billionaires from buying houses. They didn't say anything about that. Trump RX, not a lot of meds on there and this and that, but it's something. And for those meds, thousands and thousands of people are saving, I guess. So it's a step. And then he mentioned about healthcare. I'm not big on his initial vague plan right now, but that's another subject. But what are the other things? The Dell deal I didn't know about. Of course, crime and drug trafficking's down. I know we don't like the means. We can break this down more so, but boys to girls, girls to boys, not a good thing. Voter ID, that just seems like a non-issue. I mean, it is an issue. I don't see why. I don't see why. So, um, no. Get your birth certificate, courthouse birth certificate, marriage license, and then ID of some sort. Mail in ballots, and I wasn't big on that, but there's exclusions. So if you're ill and traveling, all this stuff, so that can get a little touchy, but okay. So I get that. What else? Trading tariff deals, we're waiting to see the long term effects. Obviously, things haven't been fair, so that's just a fact. And people are like, I don't care as long as I get cheap stuff. Okay. We can all buy less cheap stuff from China or elsewhere that we pollute the planet. We don't hear about pollution anymore or the environment from the Democrats, but all these tariffs are making a lot of us people cut back, especially as toy collectors and or just common people buying so much junk at like cheap prices. I mean, we like cheap prices, but we do buy too much stuff, right? Batteries and all this stuff and plastic junk. So we'll see what happens there. Uh, what else? Overall, the speech was okay. I mean, when he talked about fraud and waste. But the fraud thing, absolutely. You steal our money, we want it back. That's it in every state. Oh, I know. He said the word Somali. All of a sudden, it's all about Somalis, and it does give that impression. So he did not need to say Somali. We all know there's a big problem there. I mean, it's not just him, it's other people going out. But there's fraud everywhere. I get that. So that just brings it more to light. So he didn't have to say that, but then you're making a big deal out of that and avoiding the actual issue. Yeah, there's a lot of fraud. Oh, there's Somalis doing it too. So anybody, and that's how he is. He just likes to get people's feathers ruffled. So yeah, what else? Overall, yeah, the whole fact checking thing. Yeah, we can make anything a lie or the truth it almost looks like. Okay, you can say everything's a lie if something's just a little off. Like, I stopped all the wars. Well, you didn't stop them. Well, that's a lie. Okay, Social Security, that was an absolute lie. I don't understand, and I haven't looked into that to say why did he say that, because that's a blunt lie. No tax on Social Security. I'm like, there's no gray area there. There's no tax on half of Social Security even. It's still a lie. It's $6,000 from what I gather, from what I looked into, and then helping my parents. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. I should write all this down and get it more organized and say what I feel. But, it's for showmanship. They're going to exaggerate. But overall, things look good. He did say prices are coming down. They didn't, going to the whole rebuttal thing. They didn't even address any of this stuff. They definitely won't touch on things that are true. Prices are down on some things. That's how it is. Other prices have stabilized. Mortgage rates, obviously, going to come down. Now, we understand that the inflation rate was high under Biden, so they're going to say all lies here and there. You know what? We all know everything went freaking nuts. Part of it was COVID, whatever. It's just the fact of the matter. Things were shitty under the last administration. Not all Biden's fault or anybody's fault. That's just what it was. So prices are high. They're not going to come down a lot or in many ways. That's just how it works. But inflation stabilized, which was the biggest thing, and then we just creep up, of course, and then some things have come down. I see the mortgage rates come down. I see my taxes came down. Property taxes. I know people got me on that before. What do you mean taxes? Property taxes were down, which housing costs came down. What was the other thing he said? Oh, more people are working today than ever. Well, then they dive into that, saying, well, the population is increasing. So it has. So it is true, but there's other reasons. It's not just him. Well, no shit. So it's a lie, but it's not a lie. So, yeah, the rebuttal was ridiculous. Oh my gosh. What was the thing that stood out? Oh, ripping nursing mothers away from babies. Oh my gosh. So if they apprehend 100 people and one happens to be a mom in a bedroom nursing a baby, and they come and rip her away and leave the baby there, and then, incarcerate the baby, the blue hat kid, which is an absolute bullshit lie, of course. Sorry, it's cold out here, so. Anyway, quick summary of my thoughts. We'll see if I'm wrong on some of this stuff as I look into more, just hear more, but it's State of the Union. So, brag, exaggeration, missteps. Like I said, there's 2 or 3 things, and I'm the one I want to know. If you're freaking lying, I don't want to look stupid, So, I think I got everything kind of down. That's easy to say. So, we'll see. I watch all this stuff, and it's like bullshit talking points and kind of getting around the full truth or the situation. So, but that's how it is. We're just full of hate, full of division pushing, full of racism and sexism, all while preaching against it, right? Mostly one side. I'm sorry, I lean one side, and I it's hard for me to see this this hate for the country or dislike for the country because of one person. Of course, they got on him about the Olympic team too. Yeah, he's honoring the guys, and this says his bullshit kind of guy talk stuff, joking about the women. But he loves women. Carolyn Levitt. He puts so many women in positions. He loves women. If they're smart, he will honor the team unless they keep attacking him. Then that's him put on the defensive, and maybe that's what they want. But he'd absolutely adore them. Hey, you guys are great. You symbolize or represent America, and he's all about that. If you stand up and not say, well, America sucks and all this stuff, but we won, so you should still honor us, that's not Trump. And then you can beat him. But again, I think that's the game plan sometimes. Do things to make him do things so you can attack him. But yeah, he absolutely loves the Olympians. That made America look good. He's so selfish for this country in every way. In every way. Because in turn, it benefits him. That's how it works. So, anyway, that's my thoughts. Obviously, comment if you want, hate if you want, twist what I said or prove me wrong on some of this stuff, which is okay. It just don't. Some things are just black and white. Facts are facts, stats are stats, and we have to go back to that when it's all getting gray. So, cheers. Thank you.